Okay, so I know this title seems extremely sus, but don't judge me yet. I'm gonna get to my point and explain the story, and it may make sense, and it's still kind of suspect regardless. But let me set the stage real quick. So last Saturday, tonight's Sunday, but a week and a day ago, I went to my gym. It's just the MMA gym, and we had promotions there for jiu-jitsu. And all the affiliate gyms there were probably like 60 people. But the night before, I had went to one of the beginner classes just to get an extra day in beforehand. Because I wasn't able to train much last week. So I just wanted to get as many days as I could in. Because I wanted to take a break, but then I was like, fuck, man, I really want the next belt or at least another stripe. So I decided to go to this beginner class, and there was a guy there. I'm not going to say his name or anything. But we were rolling together, and it's a gi class. But it's basically we're just drilling in a gi. And if you don't know what a gi is, I'll put it up on the screen. And the thing with a gi is you use it to grapple a lot. Like there are a lot of different grips you can use on it, but you grab the lapel and grab the pants of the outfit. It's very vital for submissions and just the entire flow of grappling in it. But mostly it's just a drilling class. No one really rolls afterwards, which is my favorite thing. I like to roll a lot, which is basically just sparring in jiu-jitsu. We end up drilling a bunch of different positions and whatnot, and afterwards I asked this guy, I'm like, hey, you want to roll? He's in a regular t-shirt and shorts just like I am. I have a rash guard on, but we're in normal clothes. We're not in a gi. And we're rolling, and I'm a lot better than this guy, and I knew that at the time. But he's grabbing my shorts, and it made it like impossible to advance position. And we probably rolled for like 5 minutes or so, but it was just hard to get anything done because he was holding up my shorts, which is illegal, by the way, in no gi, which we're just in training room, so I didn't really care that much. I just thought it was weird. And he rolled very dirty. Like, say if I would get like a crossface on him, he'd like put his hand like on my mouth and like his fingers on my face. Pure accident. I understand that. But that's not the thing. But this is the first time I ever met the guy. It doesn't seem like he rolled gi. So that was the weird part, is that he wasn't rolling gi, but he was rolling like he had gi on. Like, I've never seen him wear gi. Even to this day, even though I rolled with him after this. But anyways, that's the first time meeting the guy, and I noticed that all the dude does is grab my shorts and shirt, which is a problem because if you're just going in a regular t-shirt, then it can rip your shirts and stuff and cost you a lot of money. But I didn't really care that much. The next day we have promotions, and it's just where everybody rolls with everybody. We had like 2 hours of just pure rolling, and I really decided to take advantage of this time, and I'm rolling with everyone. I probably rolled with 40 different people, and I was doing extremely well. I just very, very well. And probably about an hour and a half into it, I started rolling with him, and he had his hands gripping my shorts, like in my crotch area. And it's the same guy. I'm like, this motherfucker is still doing it. How has he not been told to do this? And he's in my guard, so I'm on my back, and he's in between my legs essentially, which sounds sus as it is. But he was doing it because he was scared. It's like, you're not going to break my leg grips with that. I'm not in a gi. I'll just turn over on a hip and flip the Z guard and triangle you. But I couldn't do that because he like fucking was holding on to my crotch area. So then I go to break his hand grip. Just with my hands, I just push his wrist down. And as soon as I snap it off, he goes to regain that grip. And his fucking hand, it goes up my shorts, up my underwear. And he grabs my dick and my shaft, and he just squeezes it. And then he rips his hand out, and all he says is, sorry. I'm like, the fuck do you mean you're sorry? You just gave me a hand job. That's literally all he fucking says. He went, sorry. Like, for one, like he did on accident. Obviously, he didn't mean to grab my dick, but he was doing something illegal that led up to that chain of events. And it was just, I felt fucking violated. I felt bamboozled. I felt molested. And it was like the most awkward moment ever. And I have a really good temperament, and I hate awkward situations, but I just ignored it like it never happened. Like, when he did it, I just pushed his hand down as he was ripping it out, and I did not say anything. Literally, and I had a mad case of swamp ass, but he grabbed my dick like a Bella Danger style. It was the weirdest thing ever. And they just ended there. Like, we were only doing 3-minute rounds, and that happened like near the end of it. And it was just so awkward. And then as soon as I leave that roll, I go roll with someone else. And then I go sit next to my instructor after the next roll. And I'm like, that dude just grabbed my dick. And it was just, he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, that guy, the guy that was playing gi the other day for no reason, he's like, that guy just fondled my ball sack. And he was crying and laughing. And I was like, it's just, that was just weird. Like, I didn't even tell him the guy's name or who it was, anyways. Just because, if I accidentally did that, which it was an accident, I would not want anyone asking me about it. That's just so weird. But yeah, we had a lot of fun that day. And then afterwards, there was like one of the girls from the cardio kickboxing class that was like giving out blowjobs to everybody, which obviously that's kind of, promiscuous as it is. But we're all dudes that just rolled for 2 hours. I didn't shower. I changed clothes. I went to get a bite to eat because we had like a food truck. But I was like, everyone else was drenched in not only their own sweat, but about 50 other dudes' sweat. And they're getting blowjobs from this cardio kickboxing girl. She was just handing them out in the car, dude. It was a nuts day. But besides those two things, or even the final thing, it was one of the best days of my life. I had so much fun. By far the best promotional day I've had. I didn't even know if I was able to go to it because I had work. And they were very understanding at work, so they let me leave early. So I was super happy. But yeah, that's just a weird story. And I ended up seeing this guy last week twice, and he was doing the same thing. Not as in giving me a hand job, but he was grabbing my shorts, and he still hasn't learned his lesson. I told my instructor afterwards, and there was a new guy there as well. I told the new guy when we sat down. I was like, as the guy was rolling, I looked at him, and I was like, don't roll like that. It was like, I think his second day there. I was like, don't roll. That's a bad example. Don't grab people's shorts. Don't put your hand in their mouth, which was what he was. He was essentially fish hooking, which is just an accident. The guy I'm talking about, he's a pretty decent guy. Like, he's got kids and whatnot, and his kids are like watching him. He's just, I don't know, not thinking, I guess. But yeah, I told the guy, I was like, don't roll that way. Just roll soft, light, the way you see me and the other instructor doing it. That's just a bad example. And I'm just wondering how no one has told him to knock that shit off. I'm not an instructor. It's not my place. But yeah, that's how I felt. All right. I will see you all later.